The Artistic Learning Department has many different components, all of them hoping to serve the community from youth to adults. We have residency programs where we go into a school and we partner a teaching artist with a classroom teacher to develop a curriculum that will serve the teacher's needs and allow whatever it is, literature or history or some other subject, to come alive for the students so that they can connect to it. We also do a student matinee program that's a very multifaceted program which includes workshops to prepare students for the matinee and actual on-site activities to further prepare them, and a question and answer session afterwards. We also do professional development programs where our goal is to help classroom teachers to deliver arts methodologies in their classroom when we're not around. So we're teaching them how to infuse their own curriculum with arts methodologies.
Now we're going to get into the story of King Lear a little bit. Two daughters are telling their father how much they love him. The third daughter refuses to speak.
The Student Discovery Matinee series has been in existence for several years now. For the past 2 years, we've been one of a few lucky theaters in California to get the NEA Shakespeare in American Communities grant. And that has allowed us to bring approximately between 900 and 1,000 underserved students each year.
Oh, no, you're the oldest. I'm the middle child.
Okay.
This year we were able to start a new program up at the theater due to funding from the NEA, and we were able to have some teaching artists on site at the theater to basically engage with the students and the chaperones before they entered the theater. We sent the teaching artists out into the groves to do a 32-second King Lear. And what this was is each student got a copy of a script, and the teaching artist talked to them and said, okay, we're going to do this in groups of 9, and it's going to be a race.
I'm here.
I'll be for this.
No,
well, I'll be vegan.
Okay,
I'll be vegan.
You're on your mark. Get set, go. Who thou love us?
All the major plot points were captured in this 32 seconds, and the students basically got to challenge one another in this sort of Shakespeare battle.
We have a new leader. These guys are 36!
And the first thing that happens when they get into the theater is there's a pre-show engagement where a teaching artist, Clive Worsley, he gives the students sort of a synopsis of the show that they're about to see, but in very modern language, and gets them really psyched about what they're going to see so that they have a basic understanding of who the major players are, what their relationships are.
Her sister Goneril. Oh, but Goneril's still married to Albany. So what does she do? She writes a letter to Edmund that says, kill my husband, we can get together.
I think that the main value of the Cal Shakes Student Discovery Matinee program is that it gives very young kids from elementary school age on a chance to see live theater and to really develop a passion for the arts from a very young age.
Do this. Write out the feeling you think your character has next to your line. I think I'm mad right now. I think I'm sad. I think I'm embarrassed. So you can have a little note in your script. So you're either working on translating, memorizing, or writing down a feeling of your character. All right, begin. The goals of the workshop are to literally, on the most basic level, have students perform a scene from Shakespeare. That's what we're working up to. In between all of that, they're going to learn different skills about how to understand Shakespeare's language, how to understand their own language, and how to make that visible to an audience through using the best of themselves. It teaches them to work towards a goal where they don't know what the end product necessarily will be, and then to achieve it lets them go through a process of going through the unknown, of not knowing what's going to happen, me guiding them step by step, and then having this sort of fantastic result at the end.
Here, now me. This is not Lear.
As a working theater, California Shakespeare, what we're offering is a theatrical and kinesthetic means of understanding the play. So we want to give them the opportunity to connect viscerally with the text, which is absolutely what Shakespeare meant to do and what it's about. So when I compile the teacher's guides, when I develop curriculum, when I come into the classroom, that's my main focus, is to connect on a different level with these words and these stories, which are so human and so fundamental to who we are, That's what we're trying to get across. So through the teacher's guide and structured programs like this, we're trying to give access. The way I work with classroom teachers, it actually varies from classroom to classroom. We work closely together on preparing the material. I give them an idea of how I usually structure residency, and then we talk about the nature of the students and how it can be formed to what their abilities are. The theater experience gives them the access. They have visual pictures in their minds.
To this chair, bind him.
Then we come here and we get into the language, which is so far removed from seeing something done. What I think is that these things come together. So then you have, I saw somebody else do it, I'm reading where it came from, and then I'm putting that into me and doing something similar to what I saw on stage in my own way.
Avance, you curs!
I can see visible results of changes in students' lives when they're introduced to something outside of the norm of their usual educational format. It teaches them to access parts of themselves they didn't know existed in a positive way, to socialize them to working with other people in a challenging environment, and to make themselves proud of something that they didn't know they could do.
Success is about the opportunity that we give to these students to explore the arts and explore their imaginations and develop a host of personal and social skills that actually will serve them for their lifetime. So for us, success is the fact that we're developing all these life skills for the students, as well as developing passion for the arts that will allow them to be passionate and interested in going to arts activities for many years to come.